Hi, I'm Noko. This practice will loosen up your hips, tone your glutes, strengthen your thighs. I would describe it as eclectic because we start with a type of yin yoga in which we settle into positions for 6, 8, 10 breaths, really letting go of any muscular tension. And then we increase the intensity, work on balance, strength. So there's a lot of different things. And for that reason, don't feel obligated to do everything. Maybe you just feel like doing the relaxation part, the yin part in the beginning and at the end of the video. You can use them before going to bed as a form of relaxation. Or maybe you want to challenge yourself and you do the whole practice, taking breaks whenever needed, modifying what needs to be modified. Block straps and a pillow would be useful. Let's do it. So starting sitting up, legs crossed, starting the left leg front. We're just gonna start reaching forward. Arms can be on your pillows, elbows on your pillows, on your block, and slowing down the breath. Big breath in and out. Breathing in, breathing out. As you're deepening your breath, you really shut off your fight or flight response, promoting relaxation. Your body feels safe. And you're able to go much deeper into your postures. That's why you should really deepen up this breath, if possible, as slow as you can, without straining. Let's do 2 more right here. And very slowly moving the shoulders to one side. So maybe your arms across the front of your knee, and that's fine. As you get more relaxed, maybe you have one arm on each side of the knee. I like to grab my leg with the opposite arm to lengthen my spine. It's all about length. It's all about creating space. Slowly back to center. With the next exhale, going to the other side, taking your time, and you'll notice that sometimes your hip starts to lift off the floor, so bring it back down. Last one, back to center. Using both hands to push against your mat to slowly roll up. Hands behind the hips. Inhaling, opening the chest, reaching the chin up and back to center. Extending the legs. Let's shake the legs a little bit. Opening the feet wide, wider than the mat, and as close as possible to your hips. Hands behind you, you can slightly lean back. So we're gonna alternate, bring one knee down, keeping the other knees facing up, pointing up. And you notice when you drop one knee, your hips wants to follow. We want to resist with the hip. So initially your knee may just, your leg may go that low, not further, and that's fine. The main thing is to keep your hip down. If you lift the hip, you're not going to feel the stretch in your hip socket. So we're trying to really increase the range of motion in the hip socket. Inhaling, exhaling, one knee down. Without forcing, should not bother your knee. Inhaling, exhaling, other knee down. Inhaling, center, exhaling, down. So notice this is my second breath. My body starts to relax more. I'm already able to go deeper towards the mat. And I notice the other side is more stiff. So I'm going to hold it here a bit longer. One more time each side. Back to center, crossing the legs, grabbing your blocks, your pillows, this time placing the right leg front and rolling down. Forearms on your block, on your pillow, or maybe forehead on the block. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in, belly out. Breathing out, belly in. Breathing in, lengthening the spine. Creating space. It's all about lengthening the spine while keeping the tailbone rotating through the floor. With the next exhale, walking both shoulders to one side. And very slowly back to center for a couple breaths. Other side. Back to center. Should notice a difference. Should be able to relax more, to go a bit deeper into your fold. Using both hands, pushing the floor away. Extending the legs, shaking the legs. And inhaling, opening the chest, opening the chin, finding comfortable place for the neck without straining. Back to center, let's get on all fours. Fingers spread out as wide as you can. Feeling the lift into the shoulders, so it feels like your shoulders are moving away from the ears and spreading the shoulder blades apart. Holding it right here, belly lifted, long neck, so the crown of your head reaching straight forward. Let's stack the toes under. Lifting the knees, we'll hold it right there. Keep pushing the shoulders away from the ears. Long neck. Two more. One more before moving on. If you need a break, if you feel dizzy, just get into your child pose. Adding on inhaling. Exhaling, chest to thighs. Inhaling center. Exhaling back. Again. With your exhale, see if you can bring your chest closer to your thighs, pushing your hands into the floor. One more. Pressing the right heel down, as close to the mat as you can. And switching side. Chest is pushing back towards the thighs, alternating your heels up and down. Both heels up. Inhaling plank. Option to get into your modified plank by placing your knees down. Staff pose. Gonna come back up. Down facing dog. And lifting the heels. Inhaling plank. Or modified plank. Staff pose. Hold it here. All the way down. Pressing the feet down. Inhaling baby cobra. Opening the heart. Exhaling down facing dog. Option to hold it right here or to go one more round, lifting the heels, plank, modified plank, staff pose. And inhaling baby cobra. Exhaling down facing dog. Let's open the feet as wide as the hips, or even a little bit wider, walking the feet back, the hands back. Softening the knees. Hands supported by the floor, by your shin, even on your thighs. Finding your place where you feel length in your spine. Crown of the head reaching towards the floor. One more deep slow breath. Walking the hands into a down facing dog. Lifting the heels. Inhaling plank. Let's go all the way down. Inhaling baby cobra. Exhaling child pose. And inhaling up on all fours. Let's place the left foot between the hands. We're gonna slide the back knee as far back as possible. You may need to put extra padding under your back knee or double fold your mat. Block on the inside, and we can scoop the front foot towards the outside edge of the mat. So you can have your hands on the block, or your elbows on the block or on the mat. What we're looking for here, it's opening the hips. So pressing the tailbone forward. If your back knee is close to your heel, you have a right angle here, you're not really stretching very deep. So see if you can place this knee as far back as possible so you have space to bring your tailbone forward. We're gonna hold it right here. Deepening the breath again. A little bit longer. If you feel any really tightness, breathe into those areas of tension. Imagine air bubbles going into those tiny spots. Let's come back out of the position, bring the foot back to center. Runner's lunge. Option to have one hand on your block. We're going to twist to the left. If you have any shoulder issue, hand on the hip, otherwise opening up. Breathing. Keep pressing the tailbone down. And hands together, forward fold. Hands can be on the block, knees can be soft. Just relaxing. Right foot back, left foot back, down facing dog. Moving on, inhaling, lifting the heels. We're going to round the upper back. And plank, or modified plank staff pose, all the way down. Inhaling, baby cobra. If you have it in your practice, up facing dog is another option. Let's do it again. Lifting the heels, rounding the upper back. And up facing dog or cobra. Exhaling, down facing dog. Bringing the knees to the floor. Right foot between the hands. Let's scoop this foot to the outside edge of the mat. Option to use your block. Preparing maybe your mat for your back knee, double folding your mat, placing your blanket. Find the option that works for you with your elbows on the block, your hands on the block or on the mat. Back to the deep, slow breathing. Just a bit longer. Slowly releasing, walking the foot back to center, one hand on each side of the foot. Runner's lunge, left hand close to the right foot. Gentle twist. We keep the tailbone drop down. Feeling the spine lengthening. Runner's lunge. Plank. Place the knees to the mat. Inhaling cat. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cat. Exhaling hips down. Reaching the hands forward. Inhaling, placing the elbows down, bring the chin down, and inhaling up. Exhaling down. Again, inhaling down. And rounding the back. Again. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, rounding. Hold it right here. Just open the knees wide. So your knees could be touching the outside edges of your mat, big toes together. Slowly coming back up into a down facing dog. Feet wide open, slightly turned out, walking the hands back. Okay, two options here if you have any knee condition. Just gonna have your elbows on your thighs, otherwise you can go down. Maybe your heels are lifting off the mat and that's fine. Should have no discomfort in your knees. What I like to do is bring my hands centered, use my elbows to open my knees, and as I'm opening my knees, I'm also pushing the tailbone forward and opening the heart. This is our deep squat. It's an excellent hip opener. Hands to the floor. Forward fold again. Let's use the right hand to grab the left ankle. The arm forward. Twist. So I'm pulling against my ankle. If you feel you're losing your balance, you can open your feet a bit wider. You can even bend your knees. Other side. Down facing dog. Lifting the heels. Inhaling plank. Staff pose. Up facing dog. Down facing dog. Let's walk the feet towards the hands. Inhaling, opening the heart. Exhaling down. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Pushing tailbone back, chest forward. Back to fold. Hold it there. So keep your block close by, and I would say hold on to your strap. If you typically use a strap, we're going to do an extended tree. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, supported chair if you have any low back condition, if you just need the support, hands to heart center, otherwise hold it here, inhale, exhale a bit lower, inhale, exhale, lower, lifting the heels, balance, heels down, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, chair. Hold it right there, belly lifted, support the spine. Inhaling, hand to heart center. And opening the heart. Exhaling, chair. Let's keep both knees bent, crossing right leg over. You can just place your toes on the mat or keep your leg right here. You can wrap your legs, so right leg is over, left arm under your chin, right arm underneath it, and option to wrap your wrist. This is our eagle pose, opening out the hips, strengthening the ankle. From here, without placing this right foot on the floor, releasing, hands to heart center. Hold it right here. Pushing the heel forward. Maybe your leg is right here and that's fine. Bending the knee, using both hands to pull the knee close to the chest, trying to press tailbone down, keeping shoulders, hips aligned as much as possible. This is where you may use your strap, so I'll show you with the strap first. Let's see if we can do it without placing this right foot on the floor. Right here, and focus should be on the shoulders. I see a lot of this. We lean back. Okay, so you're hurting your low back when you do this. So keeping the shoulders straight, maybe you extend your leg right here. And you should feel like you're pushing your shoulders slightly forward. You don't want to lean into your leg. Without the strap, using index middle finger, opposite arm sideways for balance, opening the leg. Hold it here, and again, eagle. So I know it's a lot of work for the bottom ankle, keeping the arms together, Warrior 3. Hold it here. Forward fold. Let's hold our forward fold. Inhaling halfway lift. Exhaling chair. So if you're using a strap, you can grab your chair. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, pushing the chest forward. Inhaling. Exhaling, chair. Preparing for the eagle on the other side. Left leg forward. Left elbow under. So cross your elbows and wrap. And maybe you're right here. And that's another option. Without placing left foot on the leg. Pulling the knee to the chest. Pressing tailbone forward. Lengthening your groin area. Lengthening the spine. Option to use the strap under the foot or index and middle finger. Back. Oops, I think we lifted the leg before we held it here. Arms in eagle position. Warrior 3. Belly lifted. Chest lifted. Releasing the arms. Forward fold. Inhaling, chest up. And if you can lift your heels, lift the heels. Bending the knees all the way. Other option, holding it here in a chair. Hands to heart center. Reaching the arms up. Feeling lifted against the spine, shoulders pressing down. Reaching the arms forward, forward fold. Let's place the block on the outside of the right leg. Stepping the left foot back, preparing for warrior 1. Inhaling up. So in your warrior 1, let's place maybe our right hand on the hip, left hand on the hip, and we bring the right hip back, left hip forward, adjusting your back foot. So we say that if I was to draw a line from your front heel to the back foot, it should fall in the center of my arch in my back foot. From here, warrior 2. Really feel your shoulder blades opening up. Should be able to see your big toe in the front. And reaching forward. Inhaling, reverse warrior. Exhaling back to center, extending both knees, reaching forward, placing the hand to the block, and pushing the tailbone forward, opening the chest, and can be on the hip or reaching up. I like to look down towards my foot. It's the most comfortable position for my neck. Other option is to look up or straight across. So here feel that your shoulder blades are squeezing, you're pushing your chest tailbone forward. Hold it there. Now we're going to come back up, really pressing the back foot, anchoring the back foot into the mat, pulling the belly in for support, and using the arms to reach back, and this one front. Warrior 2. Cartwheeling into a runner's lunge. Inhaling, high lunge. Exhaling, twist. So 2 options. Okay, easiest option would be to place one hand on the floor, opening up. Or other option, palms of the hands together, twist. Hold it. Runner's lunge into a down facing dog. Place the block, ready to the other side. Lifting the heels, rounding the upper back. And inhaling, up facing dog, pushing the shoulders down, opening the heart. Exhaling, down facing dog. Opening the feet, hip width apart, lifting the heels. Just walking the hands back. Bending the knees. Just holding it here. That's a preparation for the crow. If you have the crow in your practice, go ahead. Otherwise, we just shift the weight forth and back. And down facing dog. Lifting the heels, rounding the upper back. Staff pose, pushing back up, down facing dog. Let's walk the feet forward. Let's hold the forward fold. Inhaling, opening the heart. Exhaling, chair. See if we can balance on this left foot. Hold it, hold it. Can you hold it a bit longer? Big step back, warrior one. Opening the heart, shifting the weight forward a little bit more. And feel the weight of your back foot pressing into the outside edge of the foot. From here, preparing the block on the outside edge of the front foot. Warrior two. Reaching the arms, spreading the shoulders, making the back as wide as possible. Bending this front knee. Reaching forward, inhaling, reverse warrior. Exhaling, center. Extending the front knee. Again, reaching forward, allowing this hip to reach back. And lengthening the spine. Really looking for space in the spine, looking for length. Feel your spine reaching far from your hips. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Pushing the tailbone forward. Belly lifted. Let's hold it here, a couple more breath. Fingertips pointing front. Gonna anchor this right foot, belly in, using the top arm to come back up. Bending the knee, cartwheeling the right arm, runner's lunge. Twist, two options. Hold it there. What I like to do here is use my right elbow to twist deeper. Slowly releasing, down facing dog. Hold it there. Walking the feet again. Walking the hands back. Lifting the heels, bending the knees. Remember, you can be in your chair instead. Arms, hands to heart center. Forward fold, preparing for crow. Feet hip width apart, lifting the heels, bending the knees. We keep pushing the chest back as we walk the hands back. So what we do here, we glue our knees into our triceps and we shift the weight slowly forward. There's another option, a bit easier. I usually don't teach it a lot because it doesn't help you in the future. Squeezing the shoulders with the knees. That's another option. Feet together. And forward fold. For those of you who wants to go a bit deeper, you can turn your fingers backwards, walk your hands back, bend the elbows. And downward facing dog. Lifting the heel, rounding the back. Inhaling, plank staff pose. All the way down. Sphinx. Just relaxing. And shoulders down, hands underneath the shoulders, coming up on all fours. Okay, moving on, right foot between the hands, runner's lunge. Getting the hands slightly forward. You can have your hands on your block or on the floor. Gonna bend both knees together, trying to keep the right heel down. Extend both knees together. Down and out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Again, should feel your right thigh and glutes working and warming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Runner's lunge. Inhaling, high lunge. Extending both knees. And down. And up. Down, hold it right here. Hold, hold, hold. Extend. And bend. And forward fold. Breathe. Inhaling, chest up. Exhaling, chair. Inhaling up. Exhaling, opening the heart. Inhaling up. Exhaling, chair. Into forward fold. Inhaling, chest up. Extending this right leg up, bending the left knee. And knees together. And out. Down. And out. When you get tired, focus on your breath. Inhaling, bend. Exhaling, extend. Can we do 5 more? 5. And we're not going faster. 4. 4, 3. 2. 2. 2 more. And 1. Good. Runner's lunge. Opening the chest. We had the head down for a while, so you have a lot of blood in your brain, in your head. So if you just lift the shoulders, you may feel dizzy. If this happens, bring your head down again. Inhaling, high lunge. Extending the knee. Going down. And up. And down. And up. Down and hold, hold, hold. Hold. And down facing dog. Child pose. Relax. Inhaling up on all fours. If you have it in your practice, you can get into your... If you have it in your practice, you can get to your pigeon. Otherwise, I'm going to show you another option, the figure 4. Starting with the right leg first, crossing the leg. So when I say crossing the leg, I see this. Okay, instead we're going to do this, placing the ankle on the opposite thigh, pulling the right knee away. And you decide where you put your left foot, further out, easier, closer, more intense. Same thing with the chest, pushing forward, more intense. So if you have any hip or knee concerns, or it's just too uncomfortable, it's painful on your knee, get into the figure 4 instead. Otherwise, pigeon, right knee behind right wrist and right ankle behind left wrist. So this part of the leg, want to flex the foot as parallel as possible to the front of your mat. Then we slide the back leg back. Another thing you can do is slide a pillow under your hips. Or block. Blocks is not very comfortable. Pillow's pretty comfortable. So that's another option. And one thing I see a lot, we lean to the right, okay, because it's more comfortable. We don't have to stretch really the hip. So instead we want hip bones facing towards the floor as much as possible. Pressing the tailbone down, holding it here, or option to place the elbows down. Slowing down the breath again. We're gonna slow down everything, hold positions longer again. Three more deep, slow breaths. Really letting everything go. Very slowly moving out of the position. This time you can roll to your right, swinging the leg out and front. If you use a strap underneath the foot. Preparing for figure 4, for head to knee. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, reaching far. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, reaching far. Really feel the length in your spine, in your legs. And maybe some of us are right here and we feel the stretch. And that's absolutely fine. That's where we want to start, feeling the stretch right here. Keep working on it. Slowly rolling up, placing the block in front of your right knee, and option to place your left ankle on the block. If it's too intense, just place it on the floor. Rolling forward. Rolling up. And prepare for the pigeon on the other side. So your left knee behind the left wrist, left ankle behind the right wrist, sliding the right leg back, or your figure four is your other option. Remember pressing your right hip down, and you'll notice there's always one side. It's easier than the other side. See if you can push the tailbone forward, opening the chest. Option to hold it right here, or to lengthen the spine down. Two more breaths. Slowly moving out, leaning to one side, swing the back leg forward. Inhaling, aligning the belly with the foot, reaching far. Slowly rolling out, preparing the block in front of the left foot. Placing your right ankle, so it's not the foot because sometimes we start twisting the ankle. So make sure you have your foot, your ankle on the block. Reaching forward, you can always place your foot on the floor if it's too uncomfortable. Rolling out of it. Let's do one more. It's called I'd say it's a modification of the cow's face. So if you've never done the cow's face, I have a tutorial. If you go to my playlist, click on tutorial and you'll find it. If you have any knees, hips concerns, again, stay into your figure four. Or just cross your legs, lean forward. Otherwise, starting on our hands and knees. Placing the left knee centered basically between both hands. What I'm going to do is slide my right knee around. I'm going to open my ankles and walk my hands back. Now you can start with a block under your hips. Knees are stacked on top of each other. So you see that the sole of your feet are facing back. If you're comfortable to remove the block, you can do so. If you want to make it more intense, you can slide your feet out. Holding it right here. Or going a little bit deeper by reaching forward. Slowly rolling up, going back on all fours. Inhaling cow, exhaling cat. Shaking your legs. Let's do the other side. So right knee centered, left knee around. Opening the ankles, walking back. Either block underneath the hips. Again, you'll notice one side is very different from the other side. Trying to lengthen the spine. Option to remove the block. So you don't want to hurt yourself. If this is not for you today, that's fine. We did a lot today. Holding it right here or reaching forward. So I like to use the mat and press back because we tend to lift the tailbone. We think we can go deep with the chest. Actually, we're lifting the tailbone. So in my hands, what I do, I like to push back. At the same time, lengthening the spine. Slowly rolling up. Releasing the way you want, so going back on all fours. Shaking the legs. And let's end on our back. It's been pretty deep practice, so we deserve a good Shavasana. Actually, I'm gonna start with my knees to my chest, just rocking side to side. And then if you plan on staying for a long time into your Shavasana, maybe place something underneath your neck. Also a pillow underneath your knees, otherwise you're going to arch your back. Finding any comfortable position. Really letting everything go. Let it go of controlling the breath, to position the muscles. So if you did any part of this practice, be proud of yourself. No matter how little you did, there was some more intense or technical asanas. And you shouldn't expect anything from yourself. When you start a practice, just do what feels right that day at that moment for your body, for your soul. So whatever you did was what you were supposed to do. Join me again. Namaste.